the posture of the heart. Unlearning self-glory to embrace God's everything. Matthew 17, verse 20. KJV, he replied, "Because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, Remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you." John 15, verse 5 says, "I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me ye can do nothing." James 4, verse 6. "But he giveth more grace. Wherefore he said, God resisteth the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble." Proverbs 3, verse 5-6. "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths." Belief isn't figuring all out. It's simply trusting God when things get tough. Think about your belief as a single piece of strength. Just one on its own is very weak. But then when you twist it together to God and his strength, you become held together by God from the single strand. You just have to connect to him. Imagine your belief, which can be small like a mustard seed or humongous. It doesn't matter as long as it's bound to God or tied to God. Let's have a posture check today in our hearts of how we think. Do you think you're great and it's okay to be that way? But as we learn this lesson, it all goes back to I'm dirt, and if I'm nothing, then God has to be my everything. But if I'm everything, God cannot be my everything. He has to be nothing to me until he makes us nothing, and then we can become one-hearted. God, we are truly people or nothing, and it is hard to unlearn that because from birth to childhood, we learn and believe in ourselves and trust ourselves right from a young age. And Satan has already groomed us that we are the number one, we're the best, and we don't even realize it. We have to unlearn these things, and it takes time for creatures of habit. It is a spiritual journey of humility, self-awareness, and the process of unlearning ego-driven beliefs that we are inherently the most important or remarkable. It challenges the standard cultural narrative of self-empowerment and self-reliance, encouraging a shift toward recognizing our proper relationship with God. To do a posture check, one must evaluate one's internal attitude and beliefs. The narrative begins with the premise that it's okay to feel good about oneself, but also emphasizes the importance of recognizing one's dependence on God. The metaphor. If I'm everything, God cannot be my everything suggests that self-sufficiency and pride can hinder a deeper, more authentic relationship with God. We must acknowledge that from an early age, we are taught to trust in ourselves, to believe in our worth, and to elevate ourselves. This cultural and psychological conditioning is seen as a form of grooming by Satan, symbolizing how external forces subtly reinforce the lie that we are the center of our universe. Unlearning these habits and beliefs takes time and effort, as it requires not just rejecting these false ideas, but also unrooting them from deep within. To emphasize the difficulty of this process, acknowledge that humans are creatures of habit who naturally gravitate towards self-glory. Yet, proper spiritual growth comes when we recognize that we are nothing without God, and when we relinquish our need for self-importance, only then can we be transformed into a more unified, humble heart that aligns with God's will. Ultimately, for a heart transformation, a return to humility, and a recognition that in being nothing, we can experience the fullness of God's presence and become truly one with Him. Thank you for watching. If this message has been helpful, please subscribe for more insights on Scripture.